there's something profound in the quiet. Dandadan, a series defined by its frenetic energy and supernatural absurdity, takes an unexpected pause in episode 5. This is not the chaos of alien abductions or cursed spirits. It is something far more grounded, yet equally impactful. The tender, awkward beginnings of human connection. This episode shifts its focus, shedding the series' usual flamboyance for something softer, quieter, and in doing so, it reveals the emotional core of its characters, Momo and Okarun. Okarun's craving for connection. Okarun is a character we've come to associate with insecurity. His introduction painted him as an outcast, someone tethered to his hobbies and isolated from meaningful relationships. But episode 5 does something remarkable. It gives us a glimpse into his quiet longing for connection. Human interaction is new to him, not in the superficial sense of acquaintanceship, but in the deeper, unspoken need to be understood. His awkwardness is not just comedic, it is deeply human. The series invites us to sit with his discomfort, to feel the weight of his hesitations, and in doing so, to empathize with him. This vulnerability, carefully woven into the pacing of the episode, reminds us that supernatural battles pale in comparison to the complexity of navigating one's own emotions. Momo's quiet strength. Momo, on the other hand, carries herself with confidence. But episode 5 unveils another side of her, a quieter, more introspective dimension. While she often acts as the driving force of the duo, this episode shows her yearning for something beyond the surface. Momo wants to connect not just as a companion on supernatural escapades, but as someone who sees and is seen. Her teasing, her light-hearted jabs at Okarun are not merely playful. They're a way of testing the waters, of closing the gap between two people who are still learning how to trust. Her interactions with Okarun are filled with subtext. Every laugh, every sidelong glance speaks to a growing fondness, not just for who he is, but for the potential of what they could be to each other. The art of vulnerability. What makes episode 5 so striking is how it leans into vulnerability. Both Okarun and Momo are stripped of their usual defences. The supernatural chaos that often defines their interactions is absent, leaving them to face something far more daunting: themselves. In Okarun's hesitance and Momo's quiet encouragement, we see a universal truth connection requires risk. To open yourself to another person is to invite uncertainty. And yet, it is in these moments of uncertainty that bonds are forged. This episode doesn't need grand gestures or explosive plot twists. It understands that the smallest moments, a shared laugh, an unspoken understanding can carry immense weight. Romantic comedy with depth. At first glance, episode 5 feels like a romantic comedy, and it is sharp, playful, and endearing. But beneath the humour lies a story about emotional growth. The comedy isn't a distraction, it's a vehicle. It disarms the viewer, making the heavier moments land with greater impact. When Okarun stumbles over his words or Momo teases him, these are not just punchlines. They're pieces of a larger mosaic, one that captures the messiness of human connection. This balance between humour and heart defines Dandadan, and episode 5 is a masterclass in how to blend the two seamlessly. Why episode 5 is key. Episode 5 is more than a detour. It's a statement. It reminds us that even in a world filled with aliens and curses, the most compelling stories are those that reflect our own experiences. It's a quiet declaration of what Dandadan is truly about. Not just the chaos of the extraordinary, but the beauty of the mundane. The way two people, against all odds, find a way to understand each other. The power of small moments. In the end, it's the small moments that linger. Okarun's tentative steps toward connection. Momo's playful yet heartfelt attempts to bridge the gap. Episode 5 is a reminder that amidst the spectacle of life, it's these moments that matter most. And as Dandadan continues, it's these quieter episodes that will anchor the series, giving it depth and emotional resonance. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.